All right, guys. So good morning. Thank you for everyone that attended our meeting yesterday. It was a huge meeting. It was a lot of information. If you were dialing in on Zoom, we had some delays. We had some technical difficulties. However, I think the message was really clear as to where we are, or excuse me, where we came from, where we are, and where we are going. As leaders in the industry, we will always face challenges. We will face challenges with retention. We'll face challenges with making sure that we're supporting our agents at the highest level possible. So we're always thinking and we're always looking ahead, and we want to put things in place for tomorrow, not just today. We want to make sure that we understand the challenges that each of you are going to face moving forward in your business, and be able to meet you there and not have to live in reaction mode. A lot of companies live in reaction mode, and we saw a lot of that through pandemic, right? They're like, oh shit, we're in this pandemic. Now we have to try to react to what's going on. We are already ready for that. All we had to do is adjust to move things more towards Zoom. And we did that. We moved buyers consultations via Zoom. We moved listing presentations via Zoom, and our business still grew. And so we're always looking onward, you guys. And at the end of the day, nothing is perfect, right? We're going to try things, we're going to release things, but nothing is perfect. And like I said yesterday in the meeting, sometimes the grass isn't always greener. You have to look at all the benefits that you have as a team member here. You have to look at the support that you have here, and you have to ask yourself, what does that truly mean to you as an individual in your business? Because at the end of the day, there's tons of support around you. This is a team environment, but you have to do your own side of the business, right? You have to be responsible to yourself. You have to be accountable to yourself. You have to push yourself. You have to wake up. You have to make the calls. Nobody's going to do that shit for you. So there's definitely a level of self-accountability. And I always like to say ruthless personal accountability, because that's what it is. Yesterday, I had so many people come up to me like, oh, I'm ready, but I know where I'm missing. It's that commitment part, right? I said that when we closed out the meeting yesterday. 2022 should be about commitment and execution. This is what I'm committing, this is what I'm declaring to the world, and this is what I'm going to execute on a daily, right? So many times we say we're going to do these things, but we don't commit, you guys. It's a simple commitment, and burn the boats and say, I have no other option but to succeed in this environment. So a couple things I want to talk about is a recap from yesterday and make sure that everyone understands. But before we do so, I'm going to actually turn it over to Zyra. Zyra, I'm going to have you bring us out of the tunnel, bring us out on the field, one of our newest agents. Super stoked to have you. So Zyra, I'm going to have you bring us out of the tunnel, bring us out on the field on this beautiful Wednesday morning.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I am all mixed up with my days. I hope everyone had a blast yesterday. I missed out, but I joined on Zoom, and I listened to something this morning, and it said, you don't have to be great to get started. You just have to get started to be great. So I want to share that with you guys. And
wait, can you say that one more time? Say that one more time.
Yes, we don't have to be great to get started. You just have to get started to be great. And I think that's something that I needed, because I'm starting and I'm like, oh my God, but I don't know any of this, but I just have to push and get started. So.
Ooh, I love that. I absolutely love the sound of that. Here's where I'm seeing that play a huge role right now is, by a show of hands, before you came to Fast Real Estate, how many of you made video or did not make videos? Let's do that. How many of you did not make videos before you came to Fast Real Estate? Okay, I see a couple of hands on the screen, and thank you, Andy. Thank you, Panise. I'm surprised that you didn't create videos before, because you were funny, you're like a comedian. But I'm seeing that now, that people have made this 30-day commitment, and hats off to you, because I see a lot of you on here that have made this 30-day commitment. Rebecca, I know that was challenging to you. Amy, I see Terry's video dropped yesterday. Arlene and I talked about this. I see you guys, right? Well, what it's going to do is it's going to push you, because sometimes we think, oh my God, my hair, my makeup, the lighting, my words, everything has to be perfect, or I'm not going to do it, right? And then you look at your phone. And you guys, listen, I'm guilty of it. It happens. I'm in the car, I'm driving. It's like you're like creating, right? And you're like, that wasn't good enough. Who cares? It needs to be unsexy sometimes. It needs to be perfectly imperfect, right? If you wait till the perfect time to make a video, you're going to miss your opportunity. So just turn it around. Hi, you guys. This is my fourth attempt at this, so I'm just going to run through this and whatever that message is, right? You don't have to have everything so polished and perfect, right? Like Rebecca said it the other day. Hey guys, heads up. I'm going to be sending you a lot of videos over the next 30 days. And what I am seeing is I'm seeing your guys' engagement go up. Amy, I don't know if you guys follow Amy Powlin. The other day she said, I'm going to do 30 beaches in 30 days. And I don't know if you've seen any of Amy's stuff. Please raise your hand or give me a reaction on the screen if you've seen any of Amy Powlin's videos. Super cool. And you know what's great about it is that she's painted 12 of those beaches. So now it's like art, environment. I know my area. I know the beaches. And so she's going to get tons of engagement. I'm sure you guys already have. So you don't have to overthink this. You just have to hit record. Arlene and I talked about this yesterday. There's people that have never done video before, but that's where consumers are. That's where consumers are. So we're not going to spend too much time on that, but I wanted to make sure that you guys understood that. And Zyra, what a really, really powerful opening statement. And I think that it's true. How many of us have done this? I don't know what to say, so I'm not going to make cold calls. How many of you have ever said that before? I don't know what to say, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bury myself in busy work and I'm not going to pick up the phone because I simply don't know what to say. Well, I can give you all the scripts in the world, but if you don't actually just try, it's never going to pan out for you. I promise you. It's just like being a baseball player. I could tell you, here's how you swing. You move your hips at this time. This hand has to go over this hand. This is how you hold the bat. And these knuckles need to align like this. And when you hit the bat, your arm breaks over that arm and you let go at the final moment. I could tell you that all day long, the mechanics of it. And I could say, Zyra, that's how you hit the ball. You got it? Yep, all day long. And she never gets up to the plate and even swings the bat. How is she going to know? Right? You guys have to be like, okay, I know that there's limited inventory. I know that I need to book an appointment. I know at some time that this person had inquired about purchasing a home in the Bay Area. I might fall on my face, but fuck it. Hello. Hi, Tom. Hi, Tom. This is PK. I'm from eXp Realty. Hi, I noticed a couple months back you were looking at homes in the Berkeley area. And normally when someone's on Zillow, they're just trying to, they're either ready to buy now or they're just in the looking phase. Where would you say you are, Tom? Okay, cool. So what happened? What's going on? Like, it's a conversation. That is it. It's a conversation. And through your masterful discovery, you're going to find one little hook. Ooh, they said they wanted to wait till the beginning of the year. So let me understand you, PK. Do you want to start your search at the beginning of the new year, or would you like to be in the home in the new year? Oh, I'd like to be in the home in the new year. So what has held you back from looking at homes in the Bay Area? Like, you guys just have a conversation, right? If you're chopping it up with somebody at the bar, you're going to have a natural flowing conversation. And what you're going to do is you're just going to figure it out. Salespeople, which you guys all are, figure things out. Sometimes there's not a clear-cut path on how to get there. There's a baseline of here's the way to have conversations, but then you guys have to have the courage, the intestinal fortitude to say, you know what? I may not have everything set in my words, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to learn. And I'm going to learn through practice, by osmosis, by doing. I remember I was 17 years old. I got a job. No, I was 18 years old. I got a job and they offered me $35,000 and I was 18 years old, right? And at that time, I'm going to date myself, that was 1998. I picked up a job with a company called iNet, and this was at the height of the .com boom in San Diego. And if you guys remember that, the late 90s, early 2000s, before, before iPhones, before social media, it was the .com boom, right? And you guys, some of you may not remember that, or some of you guys do. So I'm tasked to work for this company, and my job is to call their entire database of over 10,000 clients. And my job was to get all of their phone bills at that time. Check this out. I had to get in with the CEOs, CFOs, and all these big level executives in San Diego. I'm this kid that came from the streets and got a job as a professional. Long hair, ponytail came down to about right here, shaved on the side. I put my tie on for the first time, didn't even know how to tie it. My boss had to show me how to tie the tie. And they gave me this opportunity for this position. So I had to call these top executives and get us in for an appointment, and I didn't know what the fuck to say. They said, listen, just tell them Dale Stein told you to call, and you wanted to say, tell them that Dale Stein told you to call, and that you understand that they're going to be making some upgrades to their technology, right? And that's the script. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, you need to book an appointment so we can go out there and get all their phone bills. Once we get their phone bills, we'll analyze their phone bills based on their spend, and we'll show them what they can how they can redirect that money and buy new equipment for the company. That's your job, Elias. Go out there and do it. And we're going to pay you X amount commission. We're going to, we're going to pay for your 3 suits. We're going to pay for your car payment every single month. So get out there and do it. I was scared shitless, you guys, right? I got a list. Back in the days, it was a paper list. And then I had like a CRM. I'd put the notes in, and I'd be like, damn, head of Home Depot, head of Qualcomm, all these major corporations before like do not call lists existed, before like the rules, all that existed. So I had to get through the gatekeeper, and then I had to get to the CEO or the CFO or the CEO of these large companies and fucking book appointments. So when I give you guys advice, when I talk to you about booking advice, it's not that I'm doing this because I think that these things will work. I know that they'll work, and I've been through that. I've been through it, you guys. You guys have warm opportunities with a lot of the leads that you guys are getting, but at the end of the day, it just took courage. I became one of the top salespeople in the company. I was 18, 19 years old, had my first apartment. My rent was $939 for rent at 19 years old. That's $19.99. Like, it's crazy to even think about it, but became one of the best appointment setters the company had ever seen. But at the end of the day, I just had to have that courage to pick up the phone and start. It's just like your videos. You just have to have the courage to say, you know what? I do have something to say, and somebody's going to listen to me, and somebody's going to nod their head. I just need one person in the crowd to bob their head because they're vibing with me. You're going to find that person that's going to vibe with you if you make the calls. But if you live in fear and trepidation, then you will never move forward in this business. You will be crippled by the fear of this business, and you will constantly live in fear. So when we did this 30-day challenge, you guys, I'm freaking mind blown at how many of you guys have done that. And then Lorraine, I don't know if Lorraine's on, but did you guys see Lorraine's video yesterday? She's like getting out of her car, and like all the things real estate agents have to like take with them out of their car when they're getting out. Funniest shit ever. And she's never made video. She's never made video. And in one day she dropped a video that was hilarious. So that's my thoughts on that, you guys. Zyra, thank you for provoking some thought in me, because obviously you got my blood boiling this morning. So thank you. But I wanted to talk to you guys about the comp plan. I want to make sure everyone understands the comp plan. I want to recap on that, and then I want to have a conversation about the market, because I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that yesterday. Does everyone know how to calculate their GCI and how to achieve the different levels of our comp plan? Does everyone know how to calculate your GCI? PK, you're shaking your head no. Okay. And then Kylie. Okay, cool. So I'm going to make it very, very easy for you guys, so you guys can see what is attainable for you, and it is not that hard. Before we did this comp plan increase, most people obviously are a 75-25 unless you're a mentee. But if you're at a 75-25, there was no way to advance from that, no matter how much resources that you guys were using. So we wanted to look at that and say, okay, let's give agents an opportunity to make more money, right? So when you guys hit $8 million in production, and I know if you were brand new and you've never sold one home, that might seem like it's a lot of volume, but in actuality, it's really not. Let's do the math together, you guys, because I want you to understand this, because this is an important exercise. If you take 8 million and you times that by 2.5%, okay, 2.5% equals a GCI of 200,000. The first bump on your comp plan increase is a GCI increase of, or a GCI of 200,000. So at 8 million, you guys bump up to 200 or to 80% on your comp plan. So if we take that 8 million and we divide that by our current average sales price of 800,000. PK, how many deals do you have to do in order to get a 5% raise on every single deal for moving forward?
No idea. 10?
10. Yeah, you do have that idea. It's 10, right? You take the 8 million divided by 800,000 will give you the unit number. But we all know people aren't just selling $750,000 homes, $800 homes. There'll be $1 million in there. There'll be $1.5 million. There'll be a 950. There'll be a 600. There'll be a 500. But once you hit 8 million, that's when you guys will get a bump and increase. So if you guys are in this game right now and you do not feel like you guys can do 10 deals in a year, Kenny and I in the leadership department are letting you down. We're letting you down. Because if you work your ass off, if you do make your calls, if you log, if you commit to the playbook, you guys can do that. And you can get there sooner than that. Because if you have deals that are higher than 800,000, right? You can get there in 8 deals. You can get there in 7 deals, shit. So I want you guys to understand and be able to look at your numbers and all of your metrics. So when you're looking at your production, be like, damn, like, all right, cool. I know that I need one more deal in order to go to 85. I need one more deal and I'm going to get to 90% for the entire year. Go ahead.
I have a question, Elias. Where did you get the 2.5% from? What is that?
So a good question. So most of the time when someone lists the home, they're listing the homes between 5 and 6%. What we see right now on an average is listing is at 5%. 2.5 goes to you, 2.5 goes to the listing agent. So that's where the 2.5 came from. Now, in some cases, that number is going to be 3%, but just for the sake of this discussion, we use 2.5.
Okay, thank you.
So I want you guys to understand those numbers as you guys are moving forward, because I want you to know what is possible, right? 8 to 10 deals should not be a stretch for you guys, even if you are a brand new agent. If Will's doing it, if Ryan is on track to do it, if let's see, who is another agent that's brand new? Like, look at what Walt did in 1 year. Look at what Peter's done in 1 year. So you see all these examples of people that have been here for less than 2 years and are making well over $150,000. So it's happening around you guys, right? There's no secret sauce. It's just work your ass off and prospect daily. That's it. Everything else will come together. But if you go through the entire week and you look back through your week, like, damn, did I prospect? No, but I did a lot of emails. I did a lot of admin time, but you didn't really move your business forward. So you guys have to think about these things and be like, okay, that's why I think you guys adopting Sisu in a big way is super, super important. Your deals, your contacts, and how many times that you touched a person before you got them into contract to give you some averages and say, damn, well, I have to make X amount of calls in order to get an appointment. I went on X amount of appointments before I wrote a contract, and I wrote X amount of contracts before I got something accepted. You guys need to run your business like a true corporation and look at all of your data points. Any corporation has areas of opportunity. PK might say, you know what, damn, I've booked 100 appointments. I've met with 60% of those appointments, but not one of them wrote an offer. Now we can say, well, PK might be not saying something, or she might be saying something, right? We can look at her business in a different way and say, how do we help those people write offers? What are we doing to build urgency? Are we just showing homes and our follow-up game is shit? Or do we have a strong, solid follow-up game to take those people that we showed homes and then next step, next step, next step, next step? So I want you guys to look at Sisu as not just tracking my numbers and I get to hang out with Kenny and Elias and I'm at the Hustler's Lunch, which is great. We want that for you. We want you to look at your business as we look at the business as a whole. Each of you are now running a corporation. You are the CEO, and I've said this time and time again, but you also have to run accounts receivable, accounts payable. You also have to be the janitor of your business. But the most important part of your business is running a strong sales department. Because if the sales department is not running strong, the CEO, you, will not get fed. This is the time right now, you guys, to really look at your business in a completely different way and really dive into the analytics. Michael Swanson, you had a question, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, quick question. I was looking through CSU, and just a quick question I had is, what's the difference between working in your business and working on your business?
Good question, bro. Working on your business is things like marketing campaigns, setting up your MailChimp, doing email blasts. Those are hours working on your business. Think about that as income producing activities, right? Those are things that are prospecting. You're calling, following up from your open house. Those are active reach outs to clients. That's hours working in your business.
Got it.
Cool. Awesome. So let's do this, you guys. I want to, first off, does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any feedback, any insight about things that we just talked about? PK, anybody? Okay, cool.
What about splits, Elias?
What about splits?
Yeah.
That's a general question. I don't know if I understand.
In regards to calculating your whatever letters you gave us.
So think of the gross before split, right? So it doesn't matter what's after what the split is. Just think about your gross number. So don't even worry about the split right now. It's just the gross number.
Okay, cool.
All right, so let's do this. Let's shift gears a little bit. I want to have some quick conversations about the market. I want to go to an older agent, a seasoned agent, and I want to go to a newer agent, and I want to kind of pick your guys' brain. So Andy, I'm going to go over to you, my brother. Newer in the business, but you've been on the loan side. I think you understand this from a different angle. So right now, give me a really high level view of what's going on in the market and just give us a quick update of things that you're seeing right now from your vantage point. I'm a consumer. I'm asking you, Andy, so what's the market like right now? I'm thinking about waiting until probably January, February, but what's your opinion on the market right now? Andy, I think you're muted, bro. Andy, you're probably spitting some fire, bro, but you're muted. Boomer. All right, so we will come back to Andy. He's having some technical difficulties getting himself off of mute. I'm going to go to Alyssa. Alyssa, by the way, happy belated. It was her birthday over the weekend. She thinks she's the baby of the bunch, but I think that there's somebody younger than you on the team. But Alyssa, let's hear from you. I know you've been working.
There is somebody younger, but we couldn't figure it out yesterday.
All right, Alyssa, let's hear it. Let's get a high level view. I want to hear your insight. I want to hear your dialogue and how you're speaking about the market. So hit us with some fire.
So just recently I kind of had a good conversation with one of my clients who we've been looking in Vallejo with him. And so when we were getting ready to write his offer, and he kind of wanted to know roughly where was a good standpoint. And so he was confused because we were writing an offer on a listing that was at 480, and all of the comps and another house that he was interested in was at 525. And all of the specs were all exactly the same: square footage, condition of the house, bedrooms, bathrooms, all of it was exactly the same. So he was really confused on, well, why is there such a big difference, 480 and 525? And so kind of having to let him know strategically why some listing agents might price it lower to gain traffic. And then being able to pull up on, I think Redfin, I just pulled up all of the comps real quick and just kind of showed him all of the supporting numbers. So we ended up landing at 510, and unfortunately we didn't get our offer accepted, but he kind of had gotten a little bit of knowledge just on the different strategic ways that listing agents kind of try and gain more traffic. But we were also looking in Sassoon. So he really wanted to be in Vallejo, but now he's a little bit more open to Sassoon. And so I kind of told him that Sassoon isn't as competitive as Vallejo for sure. So I think that we're kind of leaning a little bit more towards that way. But yeah, so now I'm kind of blanking out on.
No, this is good, because here's some takeaways from this conversation, you guys. When you're working with clients, and mind you, some of you have 50 clients, some of you have 5 clients. When you're working with clients and you're first setting out your journey with them, they might not understand the philosophy, maybe more so they don't believe it right away. right? It's still like you're courting them, right? You're like sharing with them, okay, well, in this market, we're going to need to go 12% over based on the comps. Like, well, no, I'm not comfortable doing that, right? Sometimes they have to see it for themselves and be like, damn, okay, I get you, Alyssa. You said we should have probably gone a little bit higher. In hindsight, I could have gone $15,000 more. I really love that home. Ouch, that hurt, but it's okay. Let's keep on fighting. So sometimes, you guys, it's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties sometimes for them to start getting it. Like, you know what, Alyssa, your strategy is right. I see what you're talking about. And so sometimes you just have to have some patience with them and let them figure it out on their own. I know it sucks, but at the end of the day, you tell the clients, I'm going to write the offer that you want to write. However, it is my responsibility to keep it very real with you and share with you the data. Let's make decisions based off of the data, not based on how we feel or opinion, right? So good stuff, Alyssa. Michael Swanson, let's hear from you, brother. All right, we'll come back to Michael. Let's go over to PK. And PK, I've been loving this one. When you're hitting on the pan, like that shit was hilarious, right? Look at Terry. That shit was fucking fire. So
I have people that are concerned about me. Let's just say that.
wait, it's concerned why? Because you're funny?
No, because people don't know these are trends. Like older people that are like family members or whatever, like they don't know these are trends, and they're like, why is she like hitting a, why is she doing that? Like they don't understand it, and it's fine. It's whatever. They're not in the know of the trends.
Okay, so really quick, while we're on this, hold on really quick.
What?
All right, 1 second. Now, this is what I'm talking about, you guys. And it doesn't take much to create something that's cool and funny. So let's share this really quick. I can go on and on and on with videos, you guys, but all right.
Leave me alone, please leave me alone, leave me alone, please leave me alone, leave me alone, please leave me alone, leave me alone, please leave me alone.
All right, guys, here's the thing, just do stuff, right? So Kylie did that video, had 49,000 views on that video. I want to do a remix of it. I want to be a boss bitch. I want to say all those things that she's saying because I think it would be funny. But anyways, good
We're
stuff.
at 60,000 now.
What's that?
We're at 60,000 now.
60,000 views.
On TikTok or Instagram?
Only Instagram. I can't do both. That's too much for me.
But on Instagram. Good job.
All right, you guys, let's hear it. PK, let me hear high level view. Talk to me about the market. What's going on from your vantage point?
Yes. So the market in Oakland and Piedmont and Oakland Hills specifically is definitely still pretty hot. What we're seeing right now happening, especially as we get closer to the month of November, Thanksgiving, and then going into holidays, what we're seeing is that the number of offers are steadily staying the same, if not a little bit decreasing. We are seeing that people are a little bit more busy with their families or traveling. So we are kind of back in where we were in summertime, which we started to see a little bit of a dip in the market. Everything else in terms of price points are staying the same. We're seeing a 25% increase in Piedmont and Oakland Hills in terms of list to sold, and pretty competitive. It's still a very competitive market. So be prepared. I want you to mentally prepare for a battle, but it doesn't mean that we're not going to be able to find you the right property.
Man, beautiful. Absolutely love this. Absolutely love. And Arlene, I'll show you an example of that in just a moment, but really, really good stuff. Every time I hear you guys talk and continue to talk about the market, you guys are getting more crisp and more clear, and you just sound like you are experts. That's what someone wants to hear. They want to hear that you're an expert. I'm going to go over to Lamont. Lamont just actually got his first listing. He got a flex. He's been on flex for a little while. He was able to get a flex client into contract. And so Lamont, I want to hear from you, bud. Now that you have a listing, you're getting to see buyer activity, you're working with buyers agents. So Lamont, let's hear from you, brother. High level view, what's going on in the market? Lamont going once, Lamont going twice. All right, cool. We're gonna move on. Michael Spivey.
Yo.
Are you there?
Yeah.
All right, so Lamont, I know that you just got your first listing. I know that you're seeing tons of buyer activity. You're getting calls. You're getting a sense of the market, competition. You actually hold the power card. So tell me what you're seeing from your end.
I've been kind of all over the place from Vallejo to Sacramento, but what I've been seeing, Vallejo is still pretty hot. And I'm on my first listing. Yeah, haven't got too much attraction yet. It's going on the market in like in a week or so.
Okay, all right. So it hasn't gone live yet.
Yeah, not yet.
All right, so why don't you talk to us a little bit about your pricing strategy with your client? When you were sitting down for the pricing strategy meeting, like how did that go? Tell me a little bit about that. I think that will be insightful for all of us to hear.
Okay, when we started pricing, we looked at recently solds in the market. They actually tried to sell their house last year, and the estimate was around like 600. Recently sold show that we're around like 700. So we just figured that we'd just price it around like maybe like six, maybe 75, just to gain a little attraction, and hopefully get like over 7.
Okay, all right, cool. And then you created your marketing timeline, seller net sheet, and when do you go live?
In a week. A week from today. Yeah.
Post the address in the chat here so we can help support you and bring you some buyers.
Okay, cool.
Good stuff. Roxanne Adams, let's go over to you, honey. How are you? And I'm not calling her honey. I'm not calling her honey like, hey, morning, honey. I'm calling her honey with 4 A's. So it's a little different, okay? So honey, let's hear from you. Killing it. Let's hear what's going on. What's your high level view of the market right now?
So when I'm working with my buyers, I'm always just narrowing it down to which area they're interested in, since all the areas are so different and I travel such a variety of area around the Bay Area. So my first question is, which area we're going to be looking at. Of course, I do my homework in that area, and I let them know same thing. Hey guys, this is what it is. And let's just say, let's use Vallejo for an example. I think Alyssa spoke about Vallejo. The Vallejo market, most agents price their properties around what they think they're going to get for it. It's not a trend where they price way far underneath what they feel like they're going to get for it. That's just not the trend there. So more than likely, if I have a buyer that wants to be realistic and they are in Vallejo, that's fantastic, because we're probably going to get the price around list price or a little bit more. So I think when I'm working with my buyers, or I know when I'm working with my buyers, I have to narrow it down to which area. So there's no just common language that I use. It's specific to each person.
And then, you know, when you're going into a super competitive market and you know that houses are selling on an average 10 to 20% over, and then you have that super frugal buyer that's like, well, no, my friend told me I can get a deal in this area. How do you have that dialogue with them?
Okay, so I have the dialogue very realistic. I let them know what's really going to happen, but at the same time, I still do let them play the way they want to play. So if they want to write offers at list price or a little bit more, I am there to support them. I will write those offers for them, as well as definitely educating on what I feel or what I believe it's going to go for. But I found that after 2-3 losses, they're going to start to listen to you a little bit more and believe you, you know? So I will play the game with them. And again, I'll support them. I'll never shut them down. I'll never say, hey, I think this is a terrible offer. You shouldn't write this way. I'm just like, hey guys, I understand that's what you want to write. Let's do it. Let's put our best foot forward. And whatever happens, happens. And let's just keep on moving forward. So I just always uplift them and support them in any offer that they want to write, because I want them to know I'm on their side.
I love that. And then, you know, like circling back with the clients and letting them know, you remember that house on Main Street? They actually got a total of 24 offers and they went, you know, $100,000 over asking price.
Yeah.
So now that you have 23 people back in the market, where do you think people are going to be looking? And the same other houses, you know, they're like going to the next one. And so it's like educating them, letting them know it's like, hey, if we're going to play, we got to be aggressive, but not too aggressive. I want you to feel comfortable, but helping them like after the fact, getting that information from the listing agent. So
Yeah, I do that too, Elias. I always go back and get the information. So when our offer is not accepted, I always ask the agent, can you please help me to understand why, just so I can educate my buyer. And most agents will help you and they understand what you're going through, you know? So, but I think if you're patient and you're just, you know, give them those 1 strikeout, 2 strikes out. By the 3rd one, I think they start rolling around pretty good. But you just always have to make sure you're just really supporting them, even when you know that offer is a bad offer. Don't make them feel stupid or make them feel like they're doing the wrong thing, you know?
Yep. It's just educating and advocating. We had a client like that last year who was super stubborn. He was a lawyer for Robinhood, and the guy felt like he knew absolutely everything. And the dude was really astute and sharp. But their strategy was always like, well, I think we can go under. I think we can go under. I think we can go under. No, let's keep one contingency. And this was at the height of Maxwell Park non-contingent offers, right? There was just a time where every single offer that was accepted in Maxwell Park was non-contingent.
Right.
Well, on and on and on. And finally, I'm like, man, we have to change this strategy. He's like, all right. He's like, I'll release my contingencies and I have $400,000 that I can cover in a potential shortfall. I'm like, wait, what? Where did all this money come from? He's like, listen, I know we got to get aggressive. So let's go in non-contingent and remove all the contingency or non-contingent and know that I have this reserve. I'm like, okay. And he's like, here's what I want you to do. He's like, they won't take any preemptive offers. He's like, I want you to send our offer. I'm like, all right, well, listen, I'm putting my reputation on the line. We don't typically do that if they don't want it, because now we're showing our cards. He's like, listen, we've been at this for 6 months. I'm in desperation mode. I can handle the shortfall. Let's do it. We ended up doing that. Obviously, the listing agent had to present our offer, which was 30% over asking price, non-contingent. They took the offer and they ended up having to pay a shortfall of $150,000, and they couldn't be more happy. But it's like they had to see that on their own in order for them to be totally okay with it. If I told them, dude, you're gonna have to come out of pocket $150K and you're gonna have no contingencies, they would have looked at me like I was crazy. But They came to that on their own. So Arlene had a question about how to see number of offers. So I'm gonna pull this up really quick. I just prepped this. I just did some really quick and dirty comps. It's all sold Vallejo, closing date 9/1 to 11/2. Maximum square feet was 1,400. Square feet minimum was 1,200. I'm just going to search that really quick just for the sake of this. I ran my comps, and this is how my comps look, you guys. You guys can structure any way that you want, but this is what's worked for me. So on the far right side here, you guys are going to see number of offers. It's on the far right. Where is it? Number of offers. It's this line here, right next to area. So if you don't have that, you're going to customize that and you're going to add that field. You're going to pull it from the left side here and pull it over to the right side. Now, when you're in a super competitive environment, like a Maxwell Park or like certain parts of Vallejo, you take that over here and you put it on the right side of your comps, right? So you find the number of offers, let's just say here, number, actually it probably won't appear because I already have it on mine, but no matter what, let's see if this pulls up number. Yeah, I already have it, so it won't show up on that side. So it'll be on your left side, and then you'll just add it to the right side here, save that. Now, anytime you pull up your comps, you're able to really show them, well, what is actually happening in this area? And then you sound really intelligent because you're able to show them that data. So add that field. I don't think any comps that you pull should not have that data field of number of offers written. Let's go to one other person. Let's go over to, let me go to my second page here. Michael Spivey, are you on this morning? All right,
yeah,
so,
right here.
Oh, there you are, brother. All right, man. So let's hear, dude. You've been super busy. And Michael, is this your first official year in real estate?
No, second. Like
Second.
pretty much coming into fast real estate, we'll say my second year.
Okay, cool. So you came to us last year, production. What did you do for the whole entire year for production?
I had nothing going into my first.
Okay, so nothing going on last year.
Mm.
Okay,
Yes.
so I want to put you guys on game right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so Michael Spivey right now has put up 9 deals. And Michael, dude, I'm so proud of you. That's $5.4 million in volume. And right now he has, for pending volume, he has 1, 2, 3, 4 deals pending for a total of $2.7 million in volume. He's done Lathrop, Antioch, Lathrop, San Leandro, Oakland, Manteca, Stockton, Oakland, Bay Point, San Pablo. So this dude has been busy. So Michael, good shit, bro. Amazing run that you're on right now. I love how I've seen you grow. What's going on in the market right now? Hit us.
All right, so I'll start off with Lathrop. So pretty much overall in Lathrop, a lot of activity I'm seeing is in the new homes. It's a kind of interesting point right now because some of the new builds are transitioning. So say, for example, inside Western Lathrop, there's River Island, Stanford Crossing, the 2 master plan communities that you guys will see. So seasons at Stanford Crossing, the builders, Richmond American Homes, they need to be done by December. So as far as deals or just opportunities that are available, you're going to see a lot of opportunities over there. Something just to be mentally prepared for. Every single lot that's left has a premium on it. So yeah, just expect to see that in the numbers. And then you'll see there's another one. So there's KB Homes over there and KB Homes inside Stanford Crossing as well. Priced around 700-ish, at the moment. And you'll see some good opportunities there. But then, coming over to River Islands, now you're getting a lot of new builders that are coming in. So pricing won't be the same. It's a lot more competitive within River Islands, and just wait lists can be a little bit longer. So yeah, that's pretty much a quick update as far as Lathrop goes. And do you want any other cities or?
No, man, I love this. And what are some things that you feel, I mean, obviously you use the resources of the team, but like, how have you changed as a person and mentally to really start taking your business and heading in a different direction? Because yeah, you have great support around you and you've learned some things with us and your video game is strong, but what changed mentally or maybe even emotionally to really like change your business around? Because you guys are doing some great numbers as a team, as individuals. So what changed in here or in here?
I would just say just time and just activity. You kind of it becomes more of a, there's less thought process behind it. So being able to go out with clients and, you just kind of pick things up. So I would just say for myself, just over time at this point, being able to surround myself with, people around me and just kind of learning from different sales reps and stuff, just going by the new builds as well. There's a lot of, different people I've been able to take, information from, and yeah, it's just been helpful.
Well, it's working for you, man, and I love it. And so, great job, man. Great job. Love seeing what you guys are doing. Run On, let's go over to you. So Run On, if you guys know or do not know, was able to leave corporate America this year. She has been absolutely crushing it. So Run On, let's hear from you. High level view. Tell us about the market.
So the market right now, can you hear me first of all?
Yep, loud and clear.
Okay. The market right now is starting to shift from, I want to say, starting last year into the summer. What I've noticed is in certain areas that our home are sitting on the market a little bit longer, and the sales price is still increasing, not increasing as fast as over the summer. So for example, over the summer, I was writing offers at 300 to even 500,000 above asking, and we were not getting our offers accepted. Non-contingent, 300 to 500,000 above asking. Now it's like 100 to 150. And agents are right now, I feel like they're more open to having a conversation of, hey, like, what I need to do to get my offer accepted? And they're like, well, come around asking or come slightly above asking. And so I'm getting verbals prior to writing offers. The other thing is, don't get discouraged when you see people at open houses, because I've seen time and time again, 100 people visiting an open house over the weekend, and they'll receive 5 to 7 offers. So if you like the home, let's prepare to write on it, because we're not going to get a house not writing an offer.
And I love this. Run on. You're going into, this will be your second full year in real estate, correct?
I started in last August, so a year and 2 months, 3 months.
So a year and 2 months, and just so you guys know, just to kind of give you a high level view of where Run-On's business is. So Run-On right now has sold a little over $13 million in volume, and she has 3 pending deals right now for 2.1. So giving her right around $15 million in production. And she was able to leave corporate America. She's a super mom, kids at home, moved into a new market from the peninsula out to Livermore, and it is crushing it, right? And so, you know, fought through barriers, fought through obstacles, and look where her business is in 1 year. So I want you to see what is possible, right? Run-On is just like you guys, right? Run-On was sitting there with kids in the background through pandemic and the, you know, headset, and they're, shh, hold on, mommy's got to listen, right? And was able to advance and grind and grow. And people like, oh, I moved to a new market, and it's going to change my business. Well, yeah, it's a change, but it didn't change her or change her business. So Run-On, great stuff. I love what you're doing, and I love seeing how much you've grown in this last year.
Thank you so much, Elias. And I always want to, you know, thank you guys. Take the opportunity to thank you guys, because without you guys, I would not have been able to do it. Leaning on the team, leaning on the leadership team, leaning on your peers. It's awesome.
Well, you have been awesome, and we appreciate you. Let's go to another one of our squad leaders, Jeff Phillips. You guys love hearing from him. I love hearing from him. Jeff Phillips, let's hear from you, brother. And Jeff, somebody that's also on this 30-day challenge for videos, and love seeing the videos, bro. So let's hear from you, Jeff. All right, cool. We will come back.
It's gym time. No, I'm here.
Oh, there he is, big dog. What's up?
You know what I'm saying? Had to get it into the gym. Actually, my Thank Pro challenge today is the gym. So I'm actually filming content at the same time that's out.
So he's doing a 30-day Thank Fro challenge. Everything he is Thank Fro for, which I love this play on words. So Jeff, just really quick, high level, man, tell me what you're seeing in the market.
So right now, what we're seeing in the market is that homes that are not priced correctly are definitely sitting. So right now, up the street from myself, we had a house that was priced $60,000 over what anything was selling in the area. And that right there has it sitting on the market, where 2 other houses have already gone pending and in that same neighborhood on that same street. So definitely what I'm talking to sellers is about is that right now, Antioch hasn't capped. Most prices are about at $525. So if you're pricing way above that, you're just asking for your house to sit on the market, but the market speaks. So if you price it at a correct price to get to where you want, maybe around like $515, it brings in more people, it brings in more eyes, and then we can competitively talk to the agents about bringing up their offer by doing a counter. As buyers are going right now, what we're seeing is that you definitely still are going to go over asking, especially in Oakley and Brentwood, but it has cooled off. But we're still averaging about 10,000 to 15,000 above asking.
Beautiful, beautiful. And looking forward to seeing your video today. Love it, love the commitment from you, JJ, as well. So you guys, let's kind of wrap up and come full circle. You know, as we grow together, you know, you're going to hear words that are going to be always present in these sessions. And I think commitment, and I said this yesterday, commitment is one of the words that means the most to me. This isn't a business that should be done haphazardly. This isn't a business that you just dabble your foot in the shallow end, and maybe you'll jump in once in a while. Like, this is an immersion game. You have to make a commitment to yourself and to your financial goals. And you have to say, I'm committed to this, and these are my daily actions that I'm going to do in order to reach this commitment. It's really that simple. We overthink this business too much. You guys should be doing this: building relationships, showing homes, holding babies, opening doors, laughing with people, making connections, right? That's what you guys should be doing. And if you look at your schedule and look at your time, and if you're not doing enough of that, then you're not prospecting enough. You're not getting in front of enough people. So you guys have to commit. You have to move past fear. You have to move past trepidation. You have to understand that, you know what, this is a game of risk, and this is a game of challenge, and this is a game of taking chances. When Kenny launched this company and he brought me on, Like I said, I was the 26th person to join this company, and now we're over 200 people. We have a whole staff, we have leadership team, we have lead sources, we have an international team, all these things, right? We took a gamble, we took a chance, we took some risk. You guys have to be those same risk takers. You have to dare to be different. You have to dare to get your brand out there. You have to dare to just try things, and it's okay. You might fumble here and there, but it's certainly okay. You got to fail forward. And if you have to look at your day and be like, damn, how many times did I take a no today? How many knocks did I take on the chin? How many times got I punched in the gut? Right? That's all going to build resilience. You have to really, really get tough in this business. You guys, Christmas is right around the corner. New Year's right around the corner. Commit, take action every single day. Roemi, I want to go over to you and just hear what your takeaways were being a guest in our environment, Roemi. What were some things that you took away from your time with us today?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're frozen, but we can hear you.
Okay. I know my internet's so bad right here. But yeah, well, I just want to say thank you guys for allowing me to join. You know, Sarah has talked really good about the whole team, so I wanted to see what it was like. I just really like how you guys do these like coaching sessions, especially, you know, going into the business like brand new into the field. It's always like scary. There's lots to learn, definitely. So I think it was very, you know, knowledgeable, definitely a lot to take on from.
Cool, love it. Well,
I
thank
can't
you for
hear you
being
guys
here.
no more. Okay, there you go.
Okay, thank you for being here. We appreciate it. Let's go over to Sue Garza. Sue Garza,
thank you,
you're a
guys.
guest of ours today as well. I don't know, Sue, if you're there, if you could take yourself off of mute. What were some of your takeaways from today's session?
Yeah, hi. Thank you for having me on here. I love the energy from, you know, what I'm sensing from you guys. I also watched the session yesterday too,
Oh,
of
okay,
all
awesome.
of how it all started, where you are, where you're going, and that was really inspiring. And I'm a new agent. Only I got my license in August, so like listening to you and to the energy of the team, and you know the collaboration there, it's really inspiring, and it just kind of gives me that you know, a little bit of a challenge, but also kind of like the thing of, yeah, I can do this as well. You know, just surround myself with people that are doing the same thing and just go get it.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're here to support you any way that we can. So thank you for being a guest today. Let's come full circle. I want you to wrap it up. JJ, my man, I know that you're driving. Takeaways from today's session and take us off the field with something inspirational.
Takeaway from the session is the same all the time, dude. You always, this fuels your data as far as I'm concerned. You know, my numbers are definitely not what drive me, because I've got a little bit more time in the business than most of the other people, but just staying in touch with all these new people with all the energy is fantastic.
Awesome.
One
brother.
of the things you said was very important. How many punches did you take on the chin? You have no idea how important it is to consistently take those punches. If you're consistently getting every listing, you're not going on enough listing appointments. If you're consistently getting every single buyer to work with you, you're not dealing with enough buyers. That's just a fact. And I'm in that rut right now, and I'm telling you, next year I'm committed to getting out of that rut. Next year I'm not going to be at 100%.
I love it. I love it, you guys. Take some knocks in the chin today, you guys. Get a bloody nose. It's all right. Stand back up and get back in the ring, you guys. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Grateful for you guys. Ryan, the Playmaker, if you want to just stay on for a couple minutes so you and I can connect, let's do that. But you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you to all of our guests for being here. Thank you, Amy, for blessing us with the beautiful sights. And I cannot wait to see today's video. So have a great day, everybody. See you soon.